In the interest of Jagger, Weldon, Shelp, we're here today on an initial permanency hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom under finding of good cause and agreement of the parties.
Right, so Jagger's still in the same placement he was since removal. He's doing really well there. He's growing, he's hitting his milestones, he's eating well, sleeping well. He is on a special formula. It's the Similac Purple. He was having some constipation issues, but since switching to that formula, we've had no more problems. He's not currently on any medications. He sees his parents virtually weekly, separately for 1 hour a week. And I think they got to go down to the Wichita area and see him the weekend after Thanksgiving, and they all enjoyed that visit. He enjoys seeing them. Sierra Shelp, she started her psychosocial evaluation. She started her individual therapy, started her parenting classes. Her OSAR evaluation, they were trying to schedule it and they let me know that they couldn't contact her. The phone was disconnected, but I messaged Sierra about it yesterday because I've been contacting her just fine via text, and she's going to provide me an alternate phone number to give them. She was recently sent to drug screen around the end of November and ended up going, her and I had a conversation and she went December 3rd. Her UA was positive for marijuana at the level of 15, and her hair follicle was positive. I'm going to butcher these names on what it was positive for. Benzoyl 4,150, cocathylene 5,536, and cocaine metabolite 19,402, and marijuana metabolite 3.5. Sarah and I had a conversation about this yesterday. She reports that she's been clean for months now, and hoping that now that we have a hair follicle, we can see if the numbers go down or not. That was the first time she's tested, so that's our base that we're going to have to go off of from now until the end of the case. And I've stressed the importance of going and doing that to her. She's currently employed and has been employed since the beginning of the case. I think there was a small dip in employment towards the beginning when she left her current job, and she was also on maternity leave for a while. She has housing. The last I heard, it did not have electricity, but I think she's working on it. Itchell, the father, he has started his psychosocial, his individual therapy, his parenting classes. Currently, he doesn't qualify for an OSAR evaluation. On 7/31/2025, he tested positive in his hair for a marijuana level of 0.8, and he has been negative since. He also has housing and stable employment, and I've requested notes from their counseling services to get their psychosocial back and their therapy, and I'm waiting on those to see if there's any recommendations we can follow up on. So I do think we're moving in a good direction. I think our next steps for mom is just continue to support her through taking those drug screens. And I've told her I'm willing to provide transport and work around her work schedule, but it's got to be a random screen. And then getting her OSAR evaluation done with that new phone number. And then for dad, once I have his therapy notes and his psychosocial back, because he says he's completed them, and he's finishing that parenting class, we're going to look at what he needs in order to get the baby back home. I know he was collecting items for the baby, but we want to make sure Jagger has everything he needs.
All right, he's an alleged father.
We actually just filed an agreed order establishing the parent-child relationship, Your Honor.
Okay.
Bring that to your attention. That was filed on the 8th.
All right. Great. Okay. I'm just not in a screen where I can see that, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, then, anything else, Ms. Sim?
I think that's all of the updates I had.
Okay, all right, appreciate it. Okay, Ms. Seal, any questions for Ms. Sim or anything to talk about today?
No questions for Miss Sim, Your Honor. I would like to call Miss Shelp just to inquire about her home and things like that, but whenever that pleases the court.
Okay, let me just check and see if anybody's got any questions for Ms. Sim. So Ms. Grant?
Briefly, Judge. Peyton, have you established a visitation plan for the father since the agreed order was filed adjudicating him?
He has supervised virtual visits weekly for 1 hour a week. I believe they're on Sundays at this time. And then we try to do in-person visits once a month, whether that be in Amarillo or down where the child is placed.
Okay, and where is the child placed?
He's in the Wichita Falls area with
Okay.
the maternal grandparents.
Okay, and due to the age of the child and the necessity of bonding of parents, if he is available or could get to visitation, would you object to more than one per month in person?
I would not object to that. I think it would be difficult for the foster parents to be the ones coming to Amarillo every time. And so if Itchell is willing and able to try and meet halfway, whether going there once a month, then that would be favorable.
Okay, so you don't object as long as dad makes the appropriate amount of effort to get there due to placement being unable to do a lot of traveling, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and I'll pass that on to Miss Sapien and have her and ask her to get with you regarding what Itchell can do in order to set something up.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Peyton.
Let me just ask Mr. Alvarado, do you have a way to go to Wichita Falls occasionally?
Yes, Your Honor. I went there last time and it doesn't bother me to go there back and forth to see my son, Jagger.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have you, Miss Sim, talk about that and with Miss Sapien, but I mean, that sounds great. If you're willing to do it and can do it, then I think it's a very good thing for you to be able to have more contact. Okay. Ms. Mullinax, any questions for Ms. Sim?
No question.
Okay. All right, then, Ms. Seal, we'll kick it back to you for what you need to report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can I like to call my client Sierra Shelp?
Ms. Shelp, if you'll unmute for me. Okay, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that you will tell us the truth today?
I do.
Okay. All right, go right ahead, Ms. Seal.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Shelp, where are you currently residing?
I am in Headley, Texas right now. I have some good friends that have been letting me stay here until I can get my electricity and things on at my house in Memphis.
Okay. And what is the status of that? Are you trying to pay like a past due bill or is it a deposit issue?
Yeah, so one of them is a excuse me, one of them's a past due bill, the electricity. The water bill is the past due. The electricity, I have extra deposit to put on there because I had an extra bill, I think, from Clarendon. But when I was making, $17, $18 an hour, it would have been a lot easier to do than $12 an hour with not really 40 hours a week.
I understand.
But yes, ma'am. But I'm working on it to try to get that on within the next month.
Okay. That was going to be my next question is, do you kind of have a timeline for the court for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to hear Miss Sim when she testified about your drug testing?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And do you understand the importance of you attending those tests, and if needing help for transportation and things like that, letting Miss Sim know?
Yes.
Okay. How have visitations been going between you and Jagger?
Oh, they've been great. The Thanksgiving visitation was amazing. I enjoyed spending time with Alvarado and Jagger at once. We get along, I think, in my opinion. We can talk about things. We've decided to be good co-parents. As far as Jagger, his little smiles are great. I know that he still recognizes my voice and still likes to see me. And my mom has agreed to let me come down whenever she's available and I'm available to come see him and be able to spend a little bit more time with him.
So you would not have any problems transporting yourself to and from any in-person visitation, should that be allowed?
No, ma'am, not at all. As long as, like I said, I have the gas money. I only get paid every 2 weeks, like I said, and then I'm only making $12 an hour. But I enjoy my job and I'm enjoying the change of pace. So no issues here.
Okay. And would you be requesting from the court today, if the judge saw fit, to allow you to attend more in-person visitations, of course, as allowed by the placement?
Please, ma'am.
Is there anything else this morning that you think the court needs to know about your progress on your service plan?
Yeah, my phone has been off for a few weeks now. Just again because of the whole job situation. I'm working on trying to get a serving job back in Memphis. Just waiting on some serving shifts so that I can have that little bit of extra money. As far as the drug use, like I said, I have been clean for a month. So from everything, anyways. I feel like I'm doing very well with that. I have a good support system here at the place that I'm staying. I have a good support system with my parents. I see myself doing way better even just in the next month. So I appreciate everybody's support.
And the alternate number that Ms. Sim testified about that you had provided for the assessment, is that a reliable number?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's going to be, his name's Ryan. It's one of the people that I'm staying with. I'll give her that number as well. So that way they can hopefully get a hold of me in the next couple of days.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does anybody have any questions to ask Ms. Shelp?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Shelp,
No,
one of the most important things for you to do is to make these drug screens. So, because otherwise we have no other way to monitor, that. So it's really important that you go when they request you to go. If you've got a transportation issue, just let Miss Sim know that.
Absolutely.
And so it's the age-old thing. You work with us, we'll work with you,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Again, Ms. Sim, any problem if she can make an occasional trip down to placement to see the baby? Any additional problem with that?
I don't think right now there's any additional problem. I think if in the future we did have a positive UA, then there may be some concerns. But right now I'd like for both parents to be evenly have visits with the child, if possible.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I'm good with that, Ms. Shelp. Like I said, now if we get a drug test that shows that there's been recent use or something, that may be a different deal. So anyway, just keep drug screening for us. And some parents think, well, okay, I just won't go. But if you fail to go, it's a presumed positive. So the consequences are the same. So anyway, just go and take care of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, all right then. Ms. Grant, anything to report?
No, Your Honor, I think we've covered the updates in relation to the father.
All right. Ms. Molinax.
Your Honor, I think the placement is safe and appropriate. The replacement did report a couple weeks ago that he had some sleep regression, but that he's doing well otherwise. My understanding is that they are able to supervise both parents, and I think that that's gone well. And as long as that goes well and continues to go well, then I would recommend that happen, Your Honor. And I would be agreeable with the extra visitation in person for both the parents.
All right, I appreciate it. And Casa.
Looks like she's having trouble.
Yeah,
Unmuting.
unmute. Let me send a prompt real quick. Let's see if that helps.
That helps.
There we go.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Your Honor.
Sure, no problem.
CASA concurs that in-person visitations, if we can do more of those, will be beneficial for all parties involved. The placement is willing to host them, and if they're willing to go. We also would like to see the drug testing and kind of go off of that to just to make sure everyone is in a healthy situation. We're extremely proud of both parents. They are doing their plans and they are working forward. Jagger's present place in the placement is a healthy environment. He is happy. He is growing. He is healthy. We would like to encourage him to stay with placement till the next court hearing.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. And as always, we certainly appreciate your time and effort and what you're giving to the case. So
Thank you.
all right, then today I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator of Jagger, and I will continue his current placement. I am going to find there would be a continuing danger to return the child home at this time, but I do find parents are in compliance with their family plans of service. I'm good with the increase in the visitation as we've discussed today when they can make the trip and go for in person. I'm good with that. You know, that may require y'all just working obviously with Miss Sim and with placement to arrange what, you know, is a good time to do that. I'm very pleased to hear that parents are wanting to co-parent and cooperate with one another. That's always good to hear. So I congratulate you both on that. Okay, I will see you all back for our next review hearing. That will be March 25th of 2026. That'll be on a 9 o'clock docket. My hope is that by that time you all will be virtually done with everything, and maybe we're looking at, you know, what reunification is going to look like. So you know, that's definitely the goal. I mean, we want that to happen. So just keep up the good work, and hopefully that's the conversation we'll be having in March. All right, I appreciate everybody. Thank you all very much. Most of you are free to go. Some of you will have to hang out with me maybe periodically for the rest of our hearings. But anyway, appreciate everybody. Thank y'all.
Thank
Connie,
you.
Jamie, good to see y'all. And this is the department versus Ashley Salcido in the interest of Royal, Santos, Nicholas, and Bella Gonzalez. All right, we're here today for a compliance hearing in a participation case.
So, as stated in my compliance report, the beginning of November, Ashley did get notice of eviction, and she did move out of the home. I did have to locate her. She had moved in with a man and his children. She was willing to see me, but I don't think that he wanted me to be at his home. So we met away from the home, and I was unable to see where they lived. I went out of the office for the Thanksgiving week and had to ask if a coworker could assist me in having another visit. Ashley did not respond to that coworker. However, she got in touch with me on December 1st and willingly met with me, let me see the kids. She expressed to me her understanding that she had not been doing things that she knew she needed to, and that she wanted to make a change. She willingly took a oral drug test. She did, however, also tell me that she was concerned that it would be positive because she had been using some CBD oil at night after all the kids had gone to sleep to help herself sleep at night because she was experiencing a lot of anxiety and things like that. She has since gotten an appointment for Nicholas to be seen and start services with Texas Panhandle Centers. She plans to make an appointment for herself. She was trying to get Bella involved in homeschool, but that does not seem to be working out as smoothly as she had hoped. So she's contacted the school in the area where they're now living because things didn't work out where they had moved because of all the kids. It was just too much for everyone, and the kids were having a hard time getting along. She does get Nicholas and Santos to school, but they are often a little bit tardy. I think it varies from day to day. Some of that had to do with being so far out away from town at the time. Also, Nicholas was in AEP at a different school, so she had to get kids to 2 different locations, and so that was also a struggle. She has a job interview later this morning and also plans to meet with me sometime today to let me see the house where they're currently staying. So she's expressed to me a desire to show that she's willing to work with the department. And in fact, on the first, when she met with me, she actually asked me not to close the case with her being in noncompliance.
Okay. All right, anybody have any questions for Ms. Ricks?
Ms. Ricks, are you asking for an extension at this time then, given the fact that the mom has begun to engage but needs additional time to work those services?
I am.
Thank you. Sorry, Stacy, I cut you off. I saw your hand go up.
No, no, that's fine. Are the boys still currently at the same school they were before?
They are.
Okay. Is that the intent to keep them there?
I have not asked Ashley that. As far as I know, that's her plan because she said that school has been instrumental in helping her get Nicholas into services with Texas Panhandle Centers.
Great. And then not right now while we're on YouTube, but if you could forward me Bella's school information as to where she is now.
I don't know that she's actually started classes yet. I believe that her mother had just contacted a school closer to where they're living to find out what she needs to do to get her re-enrolled.
And then I think that's it for right now. Thanks.
So Bella is not currently enrolled.
Correct. She was trying to get her into a online homeschooling program and believed that she was getting some help from some relatives of the kids and found out that they were actually entering information as though they were Bella's legal guardian rather than Ashley. And so she tried to get it changed over under her information, and it was just being difficult, and she wasn't hearing back from the program. So she just recently decided that it would be better to get her back involved in a public school setting.
So, I mean, that usually can happen pretty fast. And I'm concerned we've got an 11-year-old that's not in school. So what do we know? I mean, when she's gonna be back in school?
I don't, because she just talked to me about that last night. So I don't know where she is in that process, honestly.
Okay, well, we'll find out here in a minute. Okay. Ms. Zavala, did you have some other questions too?
Not at this point, I guess, Ms. Ricks, if you could email me and let me know when you're scheduled to meet, if court is over in time, I might be interested in joining you for that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Grant.
Your Honor, I just, when the court would allow, will present my client for a couple questions.
All right, I think now's a good time.
Okay, I call Ashley Salcido, Judge.
Ms. Salcido, do you have your video?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear to tell me the truth today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Grant, you may proceed.
Ashley, you would agree with me that we've hit some speed bumps in the last several weeks, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would say that. Life just kind of hit me and it hit me hard. And
Okay.
all I could do is just pick myself up and get back on track the best I can.
Okay. Are you currently looking for new housing?
I am. So there's a lot of things that is going on with that, because of my financial problems I was having. I do have a job, but this job is very slow with work. And so I'm not letting that keep me from working. I have put in several applications. I actually have an interview at 10:45 this morning. The person that I am staying with, they are helping me get into GED classes because the career that I'm wanting to proceed, I have to have my GED. And so they are helping me to get into the GED classes that I need. And after I finish that, I'll be able to take my CNA classes and go in from there.
Okay. How quickly can you take the 11-year-old to register for school?
I'm actually doing that today, right after my interview. My interview should end at 11, so I am taking her today. Like Miss Rick said, I thought I was getting outside help from family, and it wasn't like that. And so, yeah.
And what school will you be enrolling her in?
It's Bonham.
Okay. And do you foresee any issues getting her to and from school once you get her re-enrolled?
No, if there's any issues with car problems, just per se, I am literally 2 blocks away from that school, so she is able to walk. I could walk with her, or
Okay.
whatever procedures need to be taken.
Okay, would you be so kind as to email me once registration is complete today so that I could update Mr. Graff and the other attorneys that that's been completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Pass the witness, Judge.
Okay, anybody have any questions for Ms. Salcido? Anybody else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, Ms. Salcido, it's like really critically important to get her in school.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
do follow up with Ms. Grant and let her know about that. Ms. Zavala, I wasn't sure if you were about to say something.
No, Your Honor, at this time, no questions.
Okay. All right then. Ms. Zavala, anything you need to add today?
No, Your Honor, my biggest concern was Bella getting enrolled in school. And so I'm really glad to hear that that's happening. I've been able to talk with the other elementary school personnel for the boys. I was there and ready to meet with them, but my previous visits, I had a number of kids, went long, so I wasn't able to talk with them before school was out. Now, Ashley has been cooperative with me in the past, so I hope I could either join Lois for the visit today, or we can set something else up. But again, my biggest concern is making sure Bella gets enrolled.
Okay. All right, well, hopefully Ms. Grant will get confirmation of that and we'll have that behind us. So, Ms. Salcido, you got, with 4 kids, I know mornings are probably really crazy, but if you just got to start your day 30 minutes earlier, then just start your day 30 minutes earlier. You got to get the kids to school and they need to be on time.
Yes,
So-
ma'am, and I do understand that. And like I have told the principal and the staff up at the school, Zachary is just having a hard time being off of his medication that he was put on. And so, you know, it would put us behind because he would argue about his shoes, so on and so forth, just being a child. He is on the bus now, so we wake up early enough to get him on the bus, but he has been very disrespectful on the bus. And so I'm just doing the best I can to explain to him how important it is to respect your elders, and especially the bus driver, because she can't pull over to handle whatever it is that you're doing on the bus. I do have a very big feeling that it's the medication that he's not on, that is having that impact, for him to do that. Because whenever he was on the medication, he was very well listening, doing as he was told, so on and so forth. So I'm just patiently waiting for this appointment to go through so I could get him back on the medications he needs to be on.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that will resolve quickly too. All right then. Anybody have anything else? Okay. I will extend the case and set another compliance hearing on March 3rd of 2026, for on the 9 o'clock docket. You know, Ms. Sacita, stick with the program here, work with us, you know, and in the next several months, I think, you know, we can hopefully make some real difference and maybe make some real progress. So, anyway, I, you know, hope things will go better, you know, in the next few months. And, I'll see you back in March. And we'll
Yes,
see
ma'am.
how we're doing. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Interest of Jordan Lundegreen. We're here today on a review hearing. We are conducting this through Zoom. Ms. Kopic, you're going to give us the update, correct?
Yes. So really the
Hey,
only thing that
hold on real quick. Just raise your right hand. You solemnly swear you'll tell us the truth today.
yes.
Okay. All right. Now fire away.
So they got married in October 31st, and Emily did change her name to Luden Green. So they have that. We still have some positive drug screens. I did have a conversation with them, and Cody said that he was using the gummies and then also the vape cartridge thing. I told him that, you know, we really needed to stop that, and he's going to try to look to some alternatives to manage. He's got some chronic pain from an old injury. He's going to look at managing it in a different way. They're still working on the house, getting stuff for the baby. They had a crib that it wasn't put together yet when I was in the home last month. Jordan is doing well. She's trying to walk. There's really no concerns with her. She doesn't receive any like ECI services or anything. Appears to be developmentally on target. She does have some allergies after visits because the parents smell like smoke. But they've been giving her Benadryl, and that's helped a little bit. I guess she's got a sensitive nose.
Ms. Cobb, in the court report, it mentioned that they're working on repairs to the house. Where are they on that?
They continue to make improvements. They've continued to put more furniture in the child's room. They do have some holes that they still need to fix in the walls, and then they were going to have to find some sort of like a grate or something to go around the heater, because it's one of those wall furnace things that's hot to the touch. So they're going to have to do something with that too. But there's still some holes and stuff in the wall. But the house has been clean when I've been in the home.
Okay. But outside the grate, no major home repairs that have to be done, just some cleaning up, fixing up a few things.
No, there's some holes in the walls, but I mean, they're not like the outside or whatever, but I mean, they'll need to get those fixed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Far as all the other services completed, we're just, the only main issue is our, make sure the drug screens stay at negative.
They're still doing counseling with Jennings. the last court date, instead of doing another OSAR, the judge said to address it in counseling. So they are still with Jennings counseling. It did take a little bit to get it set up because he's so backed up, but they are in counseling.
Okay, all right. And right now, goal is still working to reunification, and parents are getting close to that.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness, Johnny.
All right, Ms. Grant, any questions for Ms. Cobbett?
No, Your Honor, I think she covered everything I had.
Okay, Mr. Hill?
Oh, ma'am, just proud of the progress that that Cody and Emily both have made, Judge.
All right, sir, appreciate it. Ms. Zavala, any questions for Ms. Coppett?
Ms. Kopic, right now, is the visitation 2 hours a week?
Yes, in Plainview.
Is there a plan in place as to when that will start increasing, or what's needed for that?
I think it'd be fine if we increased visitation. I don't know if they could do 2 days a week or if we could add like another hour. I'd have to get with them on their work schedule because they both have employment.
And the drug screens that we're talking about at this time, it's not for meth. It's all marijuana. Is that
yes.
okay? No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right then, Ms. Grant, anything on behalf of your client today?
No, Your Honor, we would love to see if we could work out a schedule for longer visitation or additional visitation, depending on work schedules. And I'm proud of Emily getting everything done, and she's been working hard. So hopefully we'll have an update on the repairs to the house next time, showing completion on that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hill.
I would just echo what Ms. Grant said, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Zavala, any recommendations to make today?
Jordan's doing great in placement. I did also have that note about a lot of congestion after visits. So if parents can work on, cutting down any exposure to smoke. But it sounds like parents have been working really hard and have completed a lot. It sounds like we're moving towards reunification. So I just want to make sure that there's enough visitation in there that Jordan is bonding with parents and for that ultimate reunification.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'll continue Jordan's current placement. I too am going to ask parents if there's anything y'all can do to help cut down on the secondhand smoke stuff. If she's irritated by that, it may be an indicator that there's a true allergy there, or it just may be a sensitivity, but nevertheless, put on clean clothes right before you go for the visit, or, and try not to smoke till after. I mean, any things like that you can do. This may be an issue you're going to have to confront when she comes home. And, she's a baby. It's not like smoking is illegal. So I can't sit here and order you not to do it. All I can tell you is try to be respectful of her, and if we get her home, y'all need to just start smoking outside.
Yes,
Try to keep it out of the house, because it really is hard on some kiddos. So and then you find yourself running to the doctor every other week because she's got some respiratory thing going. So that doesn't work well for any of you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll continue the department. Temporary managing, continue placement. I will find there would be a continuing danger to return the child home at this time, but I am finding that parents are in compliance with the family plan of service. We're working in the right direction here. And I'm pleased with the progress that y'all have made. Just, keep up the good work. And, our next hearing is scheduled for February 17th, 2026. That's set as a final in the case. So, I hope that we can increase your visits. I'm good with that. I need to say that to Ms. Copic. I have no problem with that, as long as we can accomplish that around y'all's work schedules and everything. Do y'all visit together?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Every weekend we come together, we ride the same car.
Okay. If it means you all have to do some separate visits to get in extra time, then that may be what you have to do. But let's see what we can come up with. So if we're moving towards reunification, that's important. So hopefully we can get something figured out. All right. I will see y'all back.
Your Honor, I got one quick question for Ms. Copic as far as the smoking thing. Ms. Copic, have the pediatrician or anybody, have they mentioned if there's any possibility of asthma or any concern for asthma with the child? I know smoke can set that off sometimes, so I didn't know if it was an allergy or something with that.
Not to my knowledge, but I can check on that and let everybody know.
Okay, just to make sure if that's a concern, if we're dealing with an allergy or something else with her, if it's smoke's affecting her that bad. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay. Maybe it may be too early to know the answer to that yet, but it'll manifest itself if it's a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I don't mean to harp on it, Mr. and Ms. Lundgren, but I was a terrible child asthmatic, and I had a dad who smoked a pipe, and it's really hard on me. So, y'all just get ready to deal with it. Okay, I'll see y'all back then, February 17th. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and keep moving forward.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank y'all. In the interest of Thomas Reyes, we're here to resume our status hearing, which we called and recessed due to the transfer of this case, and we didn't have there was a delay. So let me just make it short. There was a delay in the transfer and getting everything staffed and getting service plans generated. So we recessed and are reconvening today. It appears that neither parent is present, or excuse me, the father, Mr. Reyes, is not present. Ms. Escobar, who is named as a possessory conservator, is not present. All right, so Ms. Zavala is present on behalf of Thomas, and Ms. Powell is present representing the department. Okay, and Mr. Miles, are you gonna give us an update and talk about the service plans, or is that my understanding?
And Judge, just for the record, there's been some issues with things being filed in Potter County. The status report was filed in Taylor County. The service plan, father service plan, was emailed this morning over to St. Francis. It's my understanding that St. Francis has gotten the cause numbers corrected and is working on getting them e-filed. I did forward the status report and the father service plan to you this morning, and I forwarded it to Ms. Zavala.
Do we know whether parents were notified or got the link for this hearing?
The father is currently incarcerated, Judge.
Okay.
So we didn't notify him. So I don't know if anybody notified grandmother, but we did not notify them. They all have been served though, Judge.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Okay. But kind of hard to talk to them about their service plans when they're not here or if they haven't been notified. Dad, I get that. I understand the problem there.
And they haven't,
He likely wouldn't have been here anyway.
and they did not develop a service plan for grandmother, Judge.
Well, she's a party, correct?
She is.
Okay, anybody know why we didn't develop one for grandmother?
I'm sorry if I can speak.
Sure, yeah.
I have task that I did on, to be fair, I was a little unclear with grandma's role because grandma does not wish to be involved. She hasn't wished to be involved. She has no interest in taking Thomas. And so, because she could have had him, right now, but she has zero interest. So I did create some tasks that I put on the status report, but I didn't develop a specific plan because I wasn't sure how y'all's court worked, but I can certainly do that. I do have tasks on that court report though.
Can you tell me who you are?
Sorry, I'm Brittany Elizondo. I'm the previous permanency supervisor.
Thank you.
Of Clifton Miles.
Well, I'm happy to dismiss grandmother out of the case at some point, but until I hear that from her, that that's really what she wants, then, we have to treat her as a necessary party. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna recess this again. Miss Katie, can we tack this on Thursday? And I don't know that it'll be necessary for you all to appear again, but I want you to stay in communication with our folks here till I know for sure. But what I'm wanting to do is try to get notice to the grandmother of the hearing and get her the login, and so I can talk to her about
Absolutely.
that. And I mean, we maybe be able to simplify everything just with that one appearance and conversation with her. And I don't know if my folks here have contact information for her.
I'm not even sure that the contact information we have is valid because Clifton has tried to reach out to her and we haven't gotten a response back. So, and we asked Thomas what her contact information was, and he said he didn't know.
Do we have any contact information for her? I mean, do we have a number? She's just not responding, but
yeah, we have a number. She just hasn't responded back to us.
Does it have voicemail or?
No, it didn't have a name on it. It just was a generic voicemail if you've reached this number.
So what about text messaging? Have we tried to text her?
Yes, ma'am. And we haven't received anything back. She has it's green. So, I don't know if it actually went through or not.
All right. So our people need that information so they can try to reach out and contact her. Whoever reaches out to contact her, what I want you to do is explain to her that the case has been transferred. Here's the login information for the hearing Thursday afternoon. Miss Katie's saying 2:30 Thursday afternoon. And that the judge really needs to talk to her to find out if she wants to stay involved or if she wants to be dismissed from the case. If she will even reply by text message that she wants to be dismissed from the case, I'm good with that. You can show me that. Just some confirmation that she wants to be dismissed.
And she might be willing to do that, maybe if we say that.
Yeah, I'm thinking if she really doesn't want to be bothered with all this, this is the short way out.
Yeah.
So, if we can get a written confirmation from her that she wants to be done with it, she wants to be out, y'all can present that to me Thursday. We're good. Or she can appear and tell me herself, either way. But let's see if we can't impress on her that, you know, we just need to know that one way or the other. But before I'm comfortable doing that, I want to try to get notice to her of the hearing. So, all right. That will also ensure that we do have an e-filed service plan in Potter County, and then we can move forward, you know, with the case. But I'm still just not comfortable with this as it stands today. So, all right, so we'll do a quick reset to this coming Thursday at 2:30. That'll be the 11th.
And Your Honor, before everybody goes, if Mr. Miles isn't coming back on Thursday, I just wanted to let him know that his interaction with Thomas was really important to Thomas. And I just wanted to thank you for that. And feel like he's in a good place, and thank you for your interaction with him.
Thank you.
Okay, so y'all just kind of stay in touch so we know whether you guys need to reappear Thursday. I hope not. I'm sorry about all this, but
You're fine.
this is just one of those things where you got to dot your I's and cross your T's, and if you don't, you get in trouble later. So
Absolutely.
okay, I'll see whoever is necessary on Thursday then.
Okay,
Okay.
good to meet you.
All
And
right.
Brittany, I'm gonna go ahead and forward y'all that link for Thursday and just copy everybody in there, because I have no idea who's gonna contact grandmother. I guess I will let y'all work that out with St. Francis.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
In the interest of Arrow and Egypt Stotts Aguilar, we're here today for a final. We are conducting this through Zoom. We are live streaming, and Ms. Taylor is making our record. All right, then we'll take announcements.
Daniel Trout for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're present, ready, Your Honor.
Jerry Ross for responding. Mother LaQuisha Stott, she is present. We are ready.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the girls.
Okay. Calling witnesses, making announcements. What are we doing?
Couple of things to address, but I believe we're going to be making an announcement, Your Honor. So I believe grandmother, Miss LaShonda Walker is sitting. Is she with you, Miss Stotts? Okay. Judge, when these cases were mediated, Rule 11 was written up on what's going on with this case. I would make an oral motion today to supplemental motion to plead in LaShonda Walker into this case. Parties are agreeing to a joint managing conservatorship between LaShonda Walker and LaQuisha Stotts, with Ms. Walker being the primary with the ability to determine residence. Possession and access was the main issue that was going to be discussed today. Parties have agreed to possession and access would be as unsupervised as agreed to by the parties moving forward, and that LaQuisha Stotts would reimburse $15 a month per child for medical support to Ms. Walker.
How much? I'm sorry.
15 per child.
So medical support only?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And that'd be the agreement for today. And the department to be dismissed out of the case, yeah.
And that is our agreement, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I did make an oral motion to supplement that, to add in Ms. Walker into this case. I can get that filed paper also.
No objection.
All right, I'll grant the oral motion to plead in Ms. Walker. Y'all get it filed. All right then, Mr. Morales. All of this is you and Ms. Stott's agreement.
That is correct, Judge.
Ms. Stotts, you good with all this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Walker, are you good with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Figure we better ask you just to be sure. All right, kids are there now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Ms. Zavala, are you good with all this?
I am, Your Honor. I'm in agreement. I do think it's in the children's best interest. I was able to visit in the home with both Miss Stotts and Miss Walker and the girls, and they seem to be doing very well.
Okay. All right, then I will follow your all's agreement and happy the kids are there and they're doing well. And I will name Ms. Walker as the permanent managing conservator or sole managing conservator of the children, and we'll name LaQuisha Stotts as the possessory conservator. Visitation. Is that what y'all? Nobody said that. Are you
Well,
doing
I actually,
joint?
not those words, joint managing, Your Honor, with Miss Walker being the primary with right to choose.
Joint.
Decide.
That's right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Give me just a second to correct that in my docket stuff. Okay. Okay, no residence restriction.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Taylor, let's just start over. All right. I will name Ms. Walker as joint managing conservator along with LaQuisha Stotts. Ms. Walker will have the right to establish the primary residence of the children. Visitation between Ms. Stotts and the children will be as she and Ms. Walker mutually agree. Ms. Stotts will pay medical support to Ms. Walker in the amount of $15 per child, beginning
February 1st.
February 1st of 2026. And at this time, I will dismiss the Department of Family and Protective Services and all attorneys from the case. Ladies, it's up to you now.
We thank you so much. Thank you, Judge Baker.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate council. Appreciate y'all resolving this, and everybody's free to go.
Yes, ma'am. And Your Honor,
Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Just while everybody's still here, on the other case, the stock shelving case, there's a miscommunication. It did not get set today. I've talked to Vince, Dad's attorney in that case, Mr. Morales, and I'm going to try to get a agreed order sent out to everybody, and we'll try to get that one resolved as quick as possible also.
Did y'all file a modification in it?
I filed it on Friday. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
So I got a modification filed, and we will, we'll try to get this all taken care of by a final agreed order.
Okay.
So is that going to be another hearing or no?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
They're going to try to just do a written order and get everybody to sign, and then y'all won't need to.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Daniel, did you say you wanted me to wait on here to talk to you, or?
Correct. I'm Judge. After once these cases are over, I need to speak to Jerry and Stacy on a separate matter real quick.
Okay. All right, then everybody else is free to go. When I see you all have left your breakout room, then because we actually have a real break today. It never happens. I'm going to go ahead and close the feed down, and then I'll start it up again for this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
For those of you that will be involved. And you won't be, Mr. Trout, so.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay. Mr. Trout and Stacy, you guys are already assigned to 2. Let me move Jerry back to 2.
And Mr. Ryan, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you all.